What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Kuempel with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. I'm super excited. I have a very cool guest. She's a jack of all trades. She's an author, a coach, podcaster. She does sales. So she's like, wears her cape at night and does all this crazy stuff, during the day. Please welcome Hilary Burns. Hilary, thank you for joining us. Can you please tell the audience a little bit about your background?
Sure. And thank you for having me. Well, I had, a great family growing up. I had a corporate career. I was on Wall Street. I was a consultant, spent some time in Germany doing consulting with the U.S. Army. I mean, I had a great life. And then I got married and something happened.
Yeah.
I was like, what, after like a while, I was like, wait, what happened to my life,
Yeah.
And so that's why I ended up waking up one day based on a comment from my daughter. And I really looked at my life and said, what happened? So that's why I wrote my book it's called The Second Piece of French Toast. It's a memoir about that process when I woke up and said, what happened to me? And it was a process of getting myself back to who I had been before I got married. And I started looking like, I realized like I had two sides of life. I had the left side where something was wrong with me. There was no hope, life sucks. And then you die and you just make the best of it because this is as good as it gets. Right.
Yeah.
And then there was the right side where it was like, anything's possible and everything's great and la, la, la. And I was like, wow, I'm spending so much time on the left. So I started developing tools and techniques to get to the right faster.
Yeah.
And, I started journaling and I started doing stuff and I just got fascinated about creating freedom. And that's really what I've been doing for all these years. That was probably unconscious, like 12 years ago. And that's what I've been doing ever since, writing, blogging, YouTubing and whatever I could do when I get stuck.
Yeah.
I get free. And I was like, whoa, that worked, and so it's just been a fun, really exploration and discovery. And I decided, even with the book, if I could get unstuck, then maybe someone else is stuck there too. So I risked airing my dirty laundry and stuff, all sorts
People
of
love
stuff.
dirty laundry though. So
There's dirt. Woo! Don't judge me. That's what I say. Don't judge me. But so I wrote the memoir. I didn't really think about people actually reading it. It was kind of about, okay, I'm going to publish a book. It took me 7 years to rewrite it. I got the file up. Amazon said it was good. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, people are going to read this. Like this is, So anyway, so I got over that, but it was kind of,
I think he's done, like, I think like coming to a place where you're going to write a book, you want to put it all down on paper. You've probably already judged yourself enough at that point that it was like, who gives a fuck anymore? You know what I mean? Sorry to swear, but like,
no, I love swearing, but it was, but since I'm like my website is getting real with Hilary because I realize like I'm a people pleasing, pleasant, I wouldn't say phony, but you could say phony. Like, I don't mean to be phony, but I don't speak up. Like that was part of my problem. So, risking judgment was like, it's like, it was out of my comfort zone, but I grew into it. I grew. Now it's like, I give people the book, don't judge me. I mean, I still say that it's kind of there, but I can't prevent it.
So I think that women, and I've experienced this in my last, in my marriage, I'm no longer married. I'm actually getting remarried. But he had passed away. And I found myself being stuck, like, who am I? Where am I at? Like, and I was just all about the life that we had created and about him. And I no longer recognized myself. And so I I had to take a really hard look at my life and I had to start taking action on things just to give myself some, not necessarily independence, but like my own person. Because when you get married, you kind of morph into each other, and it's important to have your own identity in a marriage.
Yeah. And I had totally lost mine too.
Yeah.
And little by little, I was like, God, I mean, I forgot who I was.
Yeah.
I had been an athlete. I was like, oh, what? Why did I forget that? I used to be smart.
Yeah.
I used to have a good job. Like I can do things. Why? Like I got, and I was listening to that gaslighting episode,
Yeah.
totally gaslighted. Now
Oh,
I was a
really?
victim. I was responsible, but I totally forgot who I was. And it was like,
Yeah.
you're just always upset. I
Yeah.
am. Maybe I'm crazy. Like I thought I was crazy.
Oh,
And
wow.
so because he was I was trying to say, hey, how are you going to pay for that? And it
Yeah.
ended up attacking me like I'm always upset. You're just the most upset person I know. And it was like, well, wait a second.
Right.
We had all this debt.
Yeah.
I hate debt. It made me feel like I was dying, but he
Yeah.
wouldn't talk about it because he didn't see the problem. It was
Yeah.
just like, you're just upset. So it was like, wait, you know, I
Yeah.
could never get anywhere.
Well, yeah, because what do they call that? Like transference almost, like they're transferring, like, trying to flip the script on you a little bit.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was like defense. Push it
yeah,
back on me.
that
Yeah.
Jedi mind trick that they try to do.
Yeah.
No,
It
thank
worked.
you.
It worked. It
It
worked.
does work if you're not awake to it. You know what I mean? Once you
No.
start waking up to it, then you're like, well, you can't use that shit on me anymore. Like get out of here. Like,
Yeah. And that took something. I mean, I wrote the book and I went to a writing class and I would read my chapters and they were the ones that were like, he was gaslighting you. I'm like, what's that? I mean,
yeah,
you're so in it that you don't see out until you get aware,
yeah,
like awareness was my first thing. Like, wow,
yeah,
what the hell happened?
yeah.
So until I was aware, it was just my life. It was
So
just
I'm assuming,
yeah.
are you still married?
No.
Yeah, I would say after you kind of wake up to that, it's probably kind of hard to keep that going.
I tried, but it was kind of like, and he didn't want to get divorced, and we're friends now. We have
Yeah,
2 kids. We're friends. It's like we're
yeah,
a family. We're not divorced. I don't share anything, financial with him. Woo, no, but we're friends. Like we get
yeah,
along. It's okay. So we've healed a lot and gotten through it, and he's apologized and all that.
yeah,
But it got to the point where it was like I had to save my soul.
yeah,
I really did.
for sure.
So, and it was hard. It was like, he didn't want the divorce. I always say it was like pushing a boulder up a hill and having someone pressing the boulder on your head. And I
Yeah,
had to keep going to get it done. Took a
yeah,
year. I didn't spend a lot of money. I did a podcast on that, how to get divorced for under $1,500.
good
And
for you.
yeah, I was just like, because he was all about debt. So I didn't have that much cash. So I was like, I am not giving it to a lawyer. So I would
Right.
go to the free half hours. Then they'd be like, okay, give me 25,000 retainer. I'm like, thank you very much. Next. I would just keep going for the free half
That's
hours.
awesome. Good for you.
Yeah,
Very
I was
resourceful.
very proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something I mean, any ladies that are listening to the show, if you have somebody that's going through a divorce, I mean, so is it your podcast that you have?
Yeah. It's my podcast.
What's
One
it?
day I just said, someone needs to hear this.
What?
I'd never talked about it before. And so my podcast is Get Real and Get Free.
Okay.
And it's how to get divorced for under $1,500.
That's awesome. I love it.
I'm like,
Not
why
that
should
I'm
the lawyers get
encouraging,
my money? Right.
not that I'm encouraging divorce, because I believe in
Right.
love, 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 love. But if you are,
Yes.
I mean, if you are in a situation where there's no other alternative, you might as well try to make it try to do as best as you can because all the lawyers like to do is just to suck the money out of everything. That's it.
And they even said that. You want me to churn this? I'm like, what? No, this is my money. He's not paying for it.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Like, seriously? Anyway, that's another topic.
Yeah, that's another topic. I'm curious. I want to listen to that. I want to listen to that episode. Um, so you have a YouTube channel. What do you post on your YouTube channel?
Well, it's called Getting Real with Hilary.
Mhm.
And so I also have a newsletter. So now it's like I just really do the YouTube for the newsletter once a week. But it's like anytime I'm just stuck or something I'm talking about, like my Instagram just got hacked. I fell for a ruse, idiot, but I did. And now so I talked about that, whatever's going on.
Yeah.
I went to Costa Rica. My daughter didn't pick me up at the airport. She was asleep. It was like, ooh. So like whatever's going on, I try to make it entertaining and inspiring and I try to have a, what?
And relatable.
Yeah. Yeah. But, and so I admit it, that's the getting real part. Like, I don't pretend to have my shit together. No, but I try to laugh about it, Well, I've been waiting to try to get it together. And someone's like, it's never going to happen.
Agreed. Yeah. I think we have moments where we feel like it's all coming together, and as it's coming together, it all comes a bunch of new stuff happens, and it makes it all fall apart. And then as you fix all that stuff going, and you're like pushing that up the hill. Okay, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. Then you go down the next hill.
Boom. Yeah.
I feel you. Like, I'm in one of those downward slopes right now. I feel like, everything's kind of falling apart at the moment.
Oh no.
Just stupid stuff. It's just life.
Yes. Little things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can handle 1, I can handle 2, I can handle 3, flat line. Okay, I'm out of here. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm out,
Oh my gosh, yes. Totally.
Yeah.
So
it's like flat line.
So you gotta check out that channel, you guys, on YouTube. It's Getting Real with Hilary. Real with Hilary. I can't talk. And no, I have not had any cocktails, so I think it's just been a long week. Support for Label Free Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. Now, ladies, you can use this too. We're all inclusive here. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. And now we're going to have the ladies too, because come on, ladies, let's be real. We have an exclusive offer for my listeners, 20% off plus free shipping with the code LabelFree20 at manscaped.com. So thank you, Manscaped, for your support. And everybody is welcome to purchase with my code.
Yeah.
So that process of writing the book, that had to be very cathartic for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it was.
Who would you say your target like avatar, your reader? Because I mean, I would think that would speak to a lot of women that were in a similar situation as you.
Yeah, I would probably say women who are in a marriage, and like I thought my only problem was my weight. I had gained some weight, and I was like, well, once I lose it, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. And then I started losing it, and I was like, oh, what is this? Like, I was numbing myself with food and alcohol. It wasn't like I was an alcoholic. I just, I would be good Monday to Friday about 5, eating all my fruits and vegetables, and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden it was like, I just needed nachos and margaritas, or, beer and bacon cheeseburgers and fries. I didn't know why. It just was the thing to do. It was a way to numb myself, to not feel. And so once I started feeling like that was, oh, I do not like this. Yeah. And it wasn't easy because there was no easy solution,
Yeah.
I didn't want to break up my marriage and, have the kids have to deal with that. But I just started looking at it, one item by one item. I mean, the first thing I did was get my life back, like put some joy into my life. And I used to go to the gym. That's where a lot of the book happens. But, but like I went and did a Zumba class, and it was like, wow, this is fun. I used to love doing this. They used to call it aerobics back in the city. Yeah, we did aerobics. Yeah. Now it's Zumba. And, there was music, and we were just having a good time. I was like, wow, I'm happy. Oh my God. Yeah. I can be happy again, and then I would, like, one of the nerdy things I used to do is go to the library and take out like a stack of books. Yeah. Like, I love to read. Yeah. And I just come out with all these books, and I was like, wow, I'm happy. So I just started, like looking for ways to bring joy back into my life. Yeah. And then I started feeling better, I even did a triathlon. It was a mini, but I did a triathlon. I was like,
good for you.
Come on.
I've done 3 of those.
Like real ones?
I did the half Ironman, or the Ironman. Is it the Ironman is the full one? So I swam a mile, I biked 26 miles and ran 6.
Okay, mine was a mini. But I still did it. I did all 3.
Did you train for it though? I mean, it's a different kind of training that you have to train for.
Well, I learned the hard way, but I could swim double, I could run double, and I could bike double the race. but I never put them together.
Oh,
So
okay.
the day of the race, like I was a great swimmer. I used to be on the swim team. I was lifeguard and stuff. And so I was ahead. And then my bike broke. It was my friend's bike. So it was like the Wicked Witch of the West, like, woo! So everybody I had beaten in the swimming was now, beating me. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
woo! But I finished that. But then when I got to the running, I was like, my legs literally felt like cement.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
It's
like,
rough.
what is wrong with me? Well, never thought to put the three together, but I finished,
Yeah.
but it was like, and then I tore my meniscus like your friend that I just was listening to.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the end of my running. So didn't ever
Oh.
have to do that again.
Do you still do the aerobics though?
I do whatever I can do.
Yeah.
I was kind of a maniac until last summer when I was doing these 180 squat jumps. Like, why not?
Right.
And I really hurt my back and did nerve damage. And so all like my chiropractor people, anyone I told, they were like, wait, how old are you? You should not be jumping. What are you thinking? And I'm like, I don't know. I've always been doing it. So anyway, so now there's no jumping. I can do other stuff. I'm now into the spinning bike because whatever, that's safe, theoretically. Elliptical, non-impact. A little bit of an older lady.
You're
What are you
awesome.
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
It's all right though. You're not dead, right? So
No, and I
I don't really.
exercise every day. Yeah, so I do something every day. I do a
Body
little
in
more.
motion. Body in motion stays in motion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
What's next for you?
well, I'm doing this podcast. So I've done 9 episodes.
Okay.
And I'm well, I don't know how you produce yours. I was going to pay someone, then I realized that was going to cost a lot of money. So I'm actually editing them myself and throwing the music on myself. And I can't remember how to fade it. So yesterday I was doing one and it's getting louder at the end. I'm like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I just like put it up. But I'm like, whatever. I don't know. It's just fun. I love to have conversations, inspiring conversations. So the podcast is new. And then I don't know what is wrong with me, but I signed up for this book camp. So now I'm writing another book.
Yay! I love it. I know you plugged some links before, but can you plug all your links so people can follow you? And I know you have some kind of course that you offer too. So can you tell everybody about that as well?
Sure. So, okay. So my website is gettingrealwithhilary.com, Hilary with 1 L. And on there you can connect to anything. So that's gettingrealwithhilary.com. If you want to do my course, it's gettingunstuckwithhilary.com. It's an 8-week master class, but it's really, it doesn't take a lot of time. It's 5-minute video, 5-minute assignment, and then you can come on with us for an hour a week, 8 weeks. People they get jazzed about their life again. It's very cool. So that's Getting Unstuck with Hilary. The YouTube, which, you can get to everything from the website, but that's also Getting Real with Hilary. I have a blog, which is creatinglifeouthere.com. Let's see, what else is there? I have a newsletter that you can sign up for. I always tell a funny story each week. Crazy. You'll feel good about your life when you hear my stories.
I love it.
You'll be like, I'm pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So that's entertaining. And what else? And the podcast is called Get Real and Get Free.
Oh my gosh, you are a ton of fun. I love it. So you guys, I will put all those links in the show notes. So don't hesitate. If you connected with Hilary, you like her story, you think that you could use use some of Hilary in your life, go ahead and click all those links, reach out, follow, get the book, all those good things. So I love it. Your energy is great. So, we're starting to come to the end. Before I say goodbye, I always ask my guests for any last words of wisdom or advice. So what would you like to leave with the audience today?
I'm a crier. Okay.
That's all right.
So I would just,
it's good. I like it. I cry sometimes too. So
I always have to have tissues because then my nose runs, which is really embarrassing. So I would say wherever you're at is fine. Don't make it wrong. And you don't have to stay there.
Yeah.
You're perfect as you are. Whatever you're going through is perfect. Reach out, share, get into dialogue. Don't stay alone. Um, you know, talk to people, because once you get it out of your head, like until I got it out of my head, I thought everything was my fault and,
Yeah.
whatever. But once you start talking to people, there's something about getting it out of your head. Like we listen to our thoughts and they're not true. But
Right.
until we can get them out, it's just running our lives. So I would say, start talking
Yeah.
and reach out,
It's good to make those connections because you know what, when you start talking, you realize that you're not alone.
Right.
And I think that's when you are in your head is where you kind of seclude yourself and you feel like it's all on you, right? Like you said, and it's like it's
Yeah.
so important, so healthy. And I think that's probably why so many people have mental health problems these days because they don't know how to deal with some of this stuff and talk about it. Like
Right.
it's so healing for you and so good for the soul. But Hilary, you have
Yeah.
been an absolute blast. Keep us informed of your next book that's coming out, or any new projects, or any new courses. We'd love to have you back to share with the audience. So, thank you very much for being an awesome, fun guest. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for fitting it in.
Well, no. Hey, sometimes things just don't work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You guys, this is your host, Deanna Kuempel with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. Please don't forget to share, rate, review, follow, all those good things. And I'll be back soon for more dynamic guests.